He's not in Iran. Who do we send?
All right, lads, well, we're in position.
Bravo team offloads here. Alpha team stays on board to land downrange. This is capture or kill.
Ya son más de 10 años metiéndole y todavía sueno como nuevo. Balvin no tiene relevo, me sobra el dinero, el respeto y los huevos. Yo, cada movimiento que hago es luego otro nivel lo elevo. Tú sonaste, me pagaste y no lleva ni la mitad.
We're shifting! Watch the containers!
How the hell did Iran get their hands on this?
It's either Russia or us.
Anywhere I roam.
We need an army.
Fucking get us an army.
Free to speak my mind anywhere. And I'll redefine anywhere.
Mexican Special Forces, 141, they are your brothers now.
Where I lay my head is home there.
Weapons hard, vaqueros.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
Hundreds of thousands of veterans have taken off their uniforms and put them away, carefully packed and safely stowed. But for some veterans, the uniform isn't so easily removed. The emotions experienced while serving continue to weigh on them. Life after service is different. Many veterans find transitioning difficult. Some feel overwhelmed and lost. But that uncertainty doesn't take away from their strength and courage, nor does it take away from the sense of duty veterans carry with them. The power of one person, one connection, one act of compassion can make a difference in the life of a veteran going through a difficult time. For free 24/7 confidential support, call the Veterans Crisis Line or visit veteranscrisisline.net.
All right, once again, you can't see me, and that's by design because the frame is full of just savage awesomeness. I'm your host, Travis Partington with Oscar Mike Radio, and you're watching on your left and your right two World War II veterans from Abington, Massachusetts. I want to thank Adam Gunn, Veteran Service Officer for Abington, for setting this up. And in the middle, I think I can say my first politician ever on Oscar Mike Radio, represents Massachusetts State Representative Allyson Sullivan, 7th District, is on Oscar Mike Radio. This is a momentous occasion. So let's kick this off. I'm going to go nice and slow for everybody. These guys have given me their time, so we want to get a good story. So, gentlemen, my name is Travis. You all grew up in Abington, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up in Abington back in that time?
Like any other time. Like, what was it like?
Great.
It was great,
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
but Abington has changed a whole lot since you grew up, right?
Change?
Yeah.
Was there a Lowe's? Was there a Walmart?
Well, what? Walmart?
Yeah, it's got more people in it.
No. There was the population was only 5,000 people.
Only 5,000.
That's right.
Yeah, a small town.
Small town. It's a bigger now.
My graduating class had 98 kids in it.
98.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest classes for a long time.
Wow.
So you grew up in the World War I, World War II era.
Right.
Were you all drafted for World War II, or did you join?
I joined.
Were you drafted?
Yeah,
So one joined and one was drafted.
I'll tell you why I was drafted.
Okay.
I tried to join the Naval Air Corps. I took the mental test and passed it. Came back to take the physical. I flunked the physical test. You'll never guess why I flunked the physical.
Why?
Did not have two sets of opposing molars in my mouth.
Wait a minute. Your teeth?
Teeth or molars, right.
So they didn't let you join because you didn't have the right kind of
Right,
teeth?
yeah. I asked the guy what, I don't know what his rank was in the Navy. I said, what's that got to do with flying? He says, I don't know, but you can't come in.
Oh, wow.
You can join the Navy if you want. I said, no.
What did you do in the military?
I was the military police.
You were an MP?
MP, sergeant. Be careful.
Oh, and I think you're the first MP I've interviewed.
We're making history.
I'm telling you. And so, Skinny, you joined the Marine Corps,
Yeah.
Semper Fidelis.
Yeah.
What did you do in the Marine Corps?
I got shipped overseas right after boot camp. Right from boot camp to Point, South Carolina.
Okay.
From there, train to the West Coast, aboard ship. Within 3 months from the time I was aboard ship heading to the Pacific.
Oh, wow. So you were in the Pacific Theater.
Yeah.
Were you infantry?
No. I got put into a supply outfit.
Okay. Okay.
4th base at Depot. We were, 20 miles north of Guadalcanal. I was there for over 2 years. We supplied everything for all the different invasions.
Wow. Wow. Representative Sullivan, every representative has constituency that they have to take care of and be mindful of. What's it like serving in this area when we've lost people like Sergeant Vasilian? We've been affected by 9/11, people in Abington, and then now you have World War II veterans that you're also mindful of. What's that do to your representation of your constituents?
Yeah, thank you, Travis. So I'm actually a granddaughter of a World War II Marine veteran. He unfortunately passed away in January of 2021. But he lived in my parents' house, so I was able to grow up with someone who shared his stories and what he had to go through as a Marine in World War II. And leaving his family behind. So I have a very much respect and admiration for these gentlemen and what they've had to go through and what they had to do to serve our country and their communities. But being a representative, we hear from not only the older generation, but the younger generation. So I work very closely with my veteran service officers. Abington Gunn is phenomenal. The things that he does here in Abington are great, but also I have great BSOs also in Whitman and East Bridgewater.
Thank you. And you both are brothers.
Yeah.
Who's the older brother? You are.
Can't you tell?
Well, no, you both look so young, I can't tell. You look better than I do. So how old are you, sir?
101 right now.
And when do you turn 102?
102 will be January 3rd.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just got done talking to Caster Salemi, who was 100 years old. Skinny's 101, and I hope I look half as good as you.
Mm-hmm.
Walter, how old are you?
99.
99.
And when do you turn 100?
When am I going to be 100?
Yeah.
December.
This is unbelievable. This is like Christmas, guys. Like, because my grandfathers served in World War II and they're past, and I never really got a chance to ask them about what they did. What was it like serving in the military during World War II after you got out of boot camp?
What was it like?
Yes.
For me, it was a novelty to some degree. I went twice to Fort Adams, played soldier boy at Fort Adams during the summer because that was like a vacation for us. I lied about my age a couple times to get in, and we played soldier boy, which helped me when I got in the Army because I knew the manual of arms and the marching stuff and all that there. And how I became an MP, I don't know. But before I became an MP, I was cadre. You know what cadre is?
No, I don't.
That's the trainers that train the trainees when they come in the Army. I took my basic training in Fort Riley, Kansas, which was a cavalry place, but the tank place was tank companies took over. I stayed there for 20 weeks as a cadre. Then we went to Fort Cutts, Michigan, where I was cadre for 10 weeks, and then I got sent overseas.
Wow, wow.
I was a teacher all that time, never realizing. I was teaching recruits.
So you were an instructor?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. And how was your time, Skinny?
Hard to say. Let's see. I was in a group that supplied, as I said, to all the different invasions. And it was more or less like a working detail all the time. You get up, you're assigned, I was in motor transport, a truck, and you just delivered stuff in off shifts and on ships. So 7 days a week. That was my job, biggest part of the time overseas. Then towards the end, I got shifted into another section, which was the MP section. I was there for a short time, and then there was a group of individuals that were heading home, and one of them was the fellow that was in a galley, and he was a meat cutter. In my past experience before as a civilian, I worked in a small grocery store that cut their own meat, and I knew quite a bit about that. So they put me in the meat cutting department and gave me a stripe on top of that. I became a corporal, you know.
Nice.
And that was my duty.
So you're serving all this time. Walter, what was it like when you came
Well,
home?
I'll tell you one experience when the war ended in Europe. As I told you, I was an MP.
Yep.
And what we did, we had those guys who couldn't behave themselves, right? In the stockade, I guess you say I was a drill sergeant in the stockade, right? And I was taking a young kid who was 20 years old back to his outfit because this was when we were in France, because his court-martial was disapproved. He had 20 years for hard labor for misbehavior in face of the enemy. You'll never know what the facing enemy was. I'll tell you. I asked him about it, and he told me what it was, but of course they could tell us any story, but we used to have their court-martial papers, and we used to read those like paper books, paperback books, you know. And so I got a hold of his. I found out about him. He's in the infantry, a staff sergeant who's come off the lines in Germany in some outfit there, and stayed there, got a 3-day pass and went to town and enjoyed himself and came back late 7 days afterwards, and they charged him with AWOL. And according to him, the first lieutenant checked his background and found out that his mother, when she was 6 years old, came from Germany to the United States with her parents. His outfit moved out before he came back to the lines. And on the lines was the town that his mother came from. So that's how they charged misbehavior in the face of the enemy.
Wow, that seems harsh, but okay.
No. So that's why that sentence was disapproved, because he knew nothing about where his mother was born in the papers. So I took him back to his outfit in Germany, and I was going to stay in Le Mans, France, where we were stationed overnight at a hotel somewhere and have some fun, right? But I got to the station like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Germany wasn't celebrating anything because the war ended that day in Europe. I missed the biggest cocktail party in the world. That's what I was told when I got back. Everybody was drinking pretty heavy. 2 nurses passed out, they said, in our outfit.
Representative Sullivan, you meet a lot of people in your travels as you work the 7th District in the South Shore, and you hear a lot of stories. What's it like right now to hear history being told in front of you at this time?
It actually brings back fond memories of sitting there with my grandfather. You know, he didn't talk about his stories until later on in his life. He was very quiet about it, hush hush. I don't know about you guys, but he didn't talk about it much. So being able to sit here and listen to what these gentlemen have gone through, it needs to be shared. You know, I think the younger generation needs to see exactly what it means to serve and sacrifice, especially for the greater good of this country. You know, I am in politics, but I really believe I'm a people person above politics. And if I can help anyone out, no matter, you know, who they are, it's important. And these 2 stories make it even more important, right? Because they served and they sacrificed years and years ago, but they're still here to tell their story.
Amazing, amazing. We're in a workshop right now. Whose workshop is this?
Mine.
And you work in this workshop?
I did.
And you make stuff?
I did.
He's a good carpenter, good finish man.
He's a good carpenter.
Yeah, and a good finish man.
Nice. Because this is like amazing, all these old tools and machines. How did he get into this?
I went to Wentworth Institute when I come out of the service for 2 years.
Okay.
And that's where I picked up the trade.
And you've been making stuff ever since?
Ever since. I worked on a lot of homes. And,
in fact, he built my house in Abington.
Your brother built your house?
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Now, what did you do, Walter, when you got out of the service?
What did I do?
Yes.
When I got out, I went to prep school for 4 months.
Okay.
Right. Then I went to Brown University and studied there, played football there. I'll brag a little bit. I have an NCAA record. Don't laugh.
Okay, I'm waiting. Yeah, let's hear it.
5 interceptions in one game.
You threw 5 interceptions?
I intercepted 5 in one game.
As you were, folks, he picked off 5 passes.
Pardon me?
You picked off 5 passes?
Yes, in one game.
Wow.
Why aren't the Patriots calling you?
I worked for the Patriots 20 years part-time to college scouting.
Get out. I'm learning all kinds of stuff. I'm learning all kinds of stuff, Walter.
Of course, that's why you're talking to us. You want to learn something.
I love it. I love it. And you both are brothers.
3 times.
Well, it just, I never get to talk to brothers. A lot of times, brothers don't serve together that much anymore.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. After the Sullivans went down, after the Sullivan brothers, the military really put a damper on that. So it's very cool to talk to you two as brothers right now.
Yeah.
What's it been like seeing you all as brothers? What's your relationship as brothers?
I see him every Thursday.
Yeah.
Right? We talk on the telephone. What else?
Do you ever help him out in the shop?
No, Christ,
I don't want him in the shop.
Pulling nails, and mine pounding nails.
You don't want him in the shop?
I told you I was educated in an Ivy League school.
So one has his job, the other one has his job, and the two don't meet.
Well, they were both teachers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
They didn't get to that part. They're both teachers.
Thank you. Where did you teach, Walter?
Where?
Yes.
In the town of Abington, where I graduated from.
And where did you teach, Skinny?
I taught in Southeastern Vocational School.
Okay.
Taught carpentry.
Nice. So, Walter, did you coach football at all?
Coached football for 21 years into high school.
No kidding. Did you have fun doing that?
I loved it.
Yeah?
Yep, but the school committee had a rule that administrators could not coach, so the assistant principal job opened up, and I applied for the job and got it. Then I had to make a decision which to do. So after doing it 21 years, I was thinking of retiring about it, so I took the assistant principal's job. I stood for 14 years of that.
So you served Abington for like 35 years.
34, yeah.
34.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. How was your teaching experience, Skinny?
Vocational school is a little bit different than regular high school. We were getting kids that weren't really top of the class kids. A lot of them were problem kids, and we had problems with them. You know, we could once a kid has been admitted into the vocational school, say as a freshman, if he was a problem while he was with us, we had to wait until after December 1st to get rid of him, send him back to his sending school.
Wow.
So, but then we had some pretty good kids. I had kids that became principals of vocational schools, teachers of vocational schools. I was fairly lucky to get a hold of some good kids.
Amazing. Representative Sullivan, you know, as you're sitting here listening to this, you know, Massachusetts has a reputation for taking care of its veterans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what is the Commonwealth doing right now to make sure they don't slip in that regard at all?
You know, unfortunately, you probably remember during COVID with the Soldiers' Home, we're definitely revamping that in the sense of making sure that that doesn't happen ever again, especially with our veterans. You know, making sure that it's almost like no student left behind, no veteran left behind. I know we partner up with a lot of the organizations that help veterans throughout our communities and things like that. So we're going to continue moving forward to make sure that everything we're doing protects those that have served our country, whether it be to make sure that our veterans are able to stay in the homes that they live in or get them jobs and making sure that they're able to survive financially, different programs in that nature.
Thank you.
But I do want to get to one point though. So I don't know if you're aware, but so we had an event over at the South Shore VOTEC, not where Skinny taught, but another vocational school in the area that Abington students can go to. And Gunn has partnered up with the school to build shadow boxes for flags of veterans and widows of veterans. Because as you know, that can be an expensive cost, especially when you have in a time of need, right? Where you lose someone you love. So they presented Skinny with a shadow box.
Yeah.
Yep. And it wasn't any of your favorite woods, right?
No. Right.
And but they were beautiful shadow boxes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is your favorite wood?
Bumbinga.
Right. And didn't they make it recently? We presented it to you yesterday, right?
Yeah.
With the new wood?
No, I think that's cherry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we settled for cherry?
Yeah.
Okay. So we presented 3 shadow boxes, wasn't it? 3 shadow boxes?
Yeah.
Yep. Do you remember
different
the
woods? Of different woods.
Do you remember what wood they were?
One was walnut. I don't know what the other one was.
Needless to say, we presented him one yesterday.
Yeah.
At the Veterans Breakfast. With pretty cherry wood.
Yeah.
So you like, what's the name of the wood you like again?
Bumbinga.
Bumbinga. Okay, I remember that one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best things about doing Oscar Mike Radio is being able to tell these stories. And between talking with Casher Salimi in Attleboro, Manny Carvalho in Fall River, and other veterans in Fall River, and then these Abington World War II veterans, it's like Christmas and my birthday rolled into one. And I am just humbled to be here with you all right now. Gentlemen, thank you so much for talking with me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
So, could you teach me how to woodwork, Skinny?
What's that?
Could you teach me woodworking?
Yes.
Oh, we might give that a try. We might teach this old dog a new trick.
Yeah.
And Walter, I think the Patriots need you. I think the Patriots need you this year. Mac Jones is tough, man. He's having a tough time.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Well, Walter and Skinny, thank you so much for your service to our country. Thank you for being an example to veterans like myself who are trying to go through their life. State Representative Sullivan, I want to thank you for your time and coming here and introducing and being with these gentlemen. Thank you so much. And as we say in Oscar Mike Radio, we are Mission in Flight. Thanks again. I want to thank you for joining me and watching Oscar Mike Radio. Now go to OscarMikeRadio.com and click Shop to check out all the cool merchandise from Authentically American. All proceeds go to veteran service organizations. We are Mission in Flight.